You ready to talk?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk.
What we gonna talk about today? What we gonna talk about today? Talk talker.
Okay, so we're going to try this microphone situation and we're going to see how it goes. Okay. I am so excited. Like, I am so geeked to be here to talk to you about a theory that I'm developing called mental sifting. If some of you have heard about it, great. If you've not heard about it, it's fine. We're going to break that thing down, okay? But before we do, let me introduce myself. My name is Chanel Henderson. Some of you may know me as the Top Talker. Some of you may know me as the Cultural Communications Curator. Some of y'all just might not know me. And that's okay. That is okay. So, we're going to get into this theory that I'm developing called mental sifting. And I want to ask you, are you familiar with a flour sifter? The old school flour sifter too. Now some folks call it a sieve, so you may know it as a sieve, but in this case we're going to call it a sifter. Okay? Now, shall I bring out the sifter? Little ASMR. This is what we consider a flour sifter. The purpose of a flour sifter is to sift through flour. A flour sifter sifts through flour. Now, we don't really do this as much anymore simply because the flour is already so refined and ready for baking and cooking, pastries and doughs and things like that. So we don't really use it as much. But back in the day, we used a lot of flour sifting to get rid of the clunkiness of the flour, to refine it so that it mixed well with other ingredients. You're probably like, Chanel, yeah, this is about cooking. So you're about to tell us about cooking. I'm not about to tell you about cooking. What I'm going to tell you about, the sifter. I want you to think about the sifter as your brain. Okay? And the sifter is made up of two components. You have your conscious brain and your subconscious brain. And it is developed as you grow through your exposure to different things, the way that you were raised, your own ideas, and as you develop through your five senses, and it grows and grows, and it is what dictates your perception. And it also dictates your identity and how you understand your positionality within the world. I'm asking this question, that if we are aware of our sifter, will we be more mindful of how we process information like the flour? And will we become more mindful in how we engage with others around us? Let me give you an example. Can I give you an example? Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. For example, when I was younger, my mother would say to me, "Y'all not getting ready to keep running in and out of my house. You're not going to keep doing it. So is you going to be in or you going to be out? What are you going to do?" I thought she was tripping. Okay. I was like, what's going on? It's not even that deep, right? Now, this is an experience that has made up a piece of my sifter, right? It is inside of my sifter. It doesn't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, now that I've gotten up in age, I found myself saying something very similar to my godchildren. Y'all either going to stay out or y'all going to be in. I done turned into somebody, Jesus. My mama. But that was because it was something that was developed inside of my sifter. So our experiences shape us. It shapes how we think about things. I have another example. When I was younger, my mom and my dad specifically, used to always patronize Black-owned businesses. So we always went to Black businesses for all kinds of things: food, cleaners, hair, whatever you could think of, Black-owned business. And so it was second nature to me. So as I've revisited certain things in my life when we've gotten older and we're hearing things about like Black-owned businesses and like let's patronize, I'm like, we always patronize Black-owned businesses. That was the priority because that's just how we did things. It is the way that I think about things in the perception. I would ask you, how do you think about certain things? Do you take a moment to think about why do I think about race that way? Why do I talk to my friends like that? Where do these trust issues really come from? I don't like grapes. Okay. Maybe I don't like grapes because I just don't like them. Maybe I don't like grapes because I slipped on a grape in 8th grade and almost broke my pelvic bone. And for those of you that are out there, you know that's a true story. What are you saying, Chanel? I'm saying that if you're going through life and you find yourself unhappy with what is happening, with the decisions that you're making, perhaps the cycles that you are going through, maybe even the way that you talk to yourself, it could certainly be because the things that make up your sifter. You see, your sifter is a very powerful tool. It helps gauge almost everything that you do. As I'm talking to you right now, you're literally sifting through your sifter the best way that you can understand the way in which I'm bringing the information. And somebody else is going to watch this video and they're going to process the information the best way they can process it. So mental sifting is a theory that I believe can bring about an understanding that will help us reflect. But I want to ask you something. Do you think your sifter can be